Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here, Echo Zero, and I'm here to take a look at the 1973 George A. Romero movie, The Crazies. Now, this movie was written and directed, got my notes here, written and directed by George A. Romero. This stars Lane Carroll, Will McMillan, Lloyd Haller, Lynn Laurie, Richard Liberty, and Richard France. The movie tells of a small town in which apparently a plane carrying a chemical that's been nicknamed Trixie, I believe they call it in the movie, if I remember right. And it has an effect on people. It basically makes them go cuckoo. All you can say makes them, well, not so much. Some of them go cuckoo. Some of them go cuckoo. Type cuckoo. Oh, that does a number on the throat doing that. I shouldn't do that no more. That does a number on the throat. Anyways, a local fireman whose wife works at the local hospital, clinic, whatever. They're expecting their first child. And by the way, I've been playing around with this all day, thinking about hooking this back up. It's that Super Nintendo mini classic thing. Anyways, they're expecting their first child, and across town or another part of town, this guy who's been infected kills his wife while she's in her sleep and sets the house on fire. Either, I can't remember if he killed one or both of his children. And since the husband is fireman, he has to go and take care of this, put out the fire. And they start hearing that soldiers have been showing up in town. The military, for some strange reason, has shown up. And we're seeing this chaos going on, and well, the early signs of chaos, that things, all breaking down. And the doctor gives the wife, the fireman's wife, some stuff so to help her and her husband. But she ends up getting caught, so does the husband and his friend, because again, everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. They end up in the back of this van or truck or whatever, where they meet some of the other people, including this father and his daughter. And the daughter, played by Lynn Laurie, is showing signs, but she's not like like psycho, like let's go and kill somebody type, crazy. She's more like having a bad trip, like oh, wow. Oh, yeah, hi, that kind of like, the lights are on, but everyone at home just did a shitload of weed and maybe some LSD. They end up getting away, but now the 5 of them find themselves on the run from the soldiers. There's some shootouts, and they're just trying to survive. The whole time, it's, you can see the daughter, she's just, oh, hi. And the father starts to show he has it too, because he's like, no man's good enough for my daughter. No, but he's like stroking the back of the head, like, nobody's good enough for my daughter. I'm going to let nobody have her. And you see the best friend of the main guy, he's like looking at this like, the fuck is going on? Am I reading into this right? It's like the fuck. The father, by the way, ends up forcing himself on his daughter, and the best friend of the main guy ends up finding them. And the daughter afterwards, she's still like, oh wow. Only now she's looking at the blood on the bed. She's like, oh look, blood. She ends up dying because she runs out, because her father either hung himself or the best friend of the main guy killed him. But she ends up running out with all these soldiers. She's all talking to these soldiers like, hi, how you doing? Hi. And then they shoot her and they kill her, but her last words are not really a word, but like her whole reaction is, oh. And then she drops down dead, like, oh, like, just that, oh, and then dies. The best friend is believing him because he's clearly he's lost and he ends up getting killed by the soldiers. And they're just trying to survive. And you know, when I first saw this movie, I had seen some of Romero's other work at that point. I've only seen his undead movies. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. I had not seen any of the other stuff, and this is back when I was a teenager. And I decided to go and check out some of the stuff. So I checked out Martin, Night Riders, which also stars Tom Savini, who was also in Martin, and in Crazies. And this probably stuck more with me than those other two. But watching it years later, I don't know if how I feel about it now. I mean, it's some things I think that could have been done better. It's, you can see like the chaos and the pandemonium in it, like they're trying to go with. But just kind of, I don't know, man. It's a movie worth checking out, I would say, but I just don't know. Maybe I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. Now, this movie is linked. Well, I wouldn't say really linked to the Living Dead movies, but three of the actors in this movie were in some of his Living Dead movies. One of the extras who plays a soldier and sometimes some of the infected was played by Bill Hinsman. He played the cemetery zombie in the original Night of the Living Dead. About 5 years after this, Richard France played a scientist who appears in Dawn of the Dead. He's the one being interviewed and delivers the line of, "We must deal with this crisis logically, with calm and unemotional response. We have to remain rational. We have to remain logical." So that's the scientist being interviewed. And this is made in 1973, and in 1985, a movie called Day of the Dead came out. Richard Liberty plays Dr. Logan, also known as Dr. Frankenstein. Just Frankenstein, and both characters all, just like Richard France's character in this and Don kind of have this, maybe someone could say a bit of an assholeness to them. Logan and the character he plays in this movie, Richard Liberty plays in this movie, I guess are kind of, not all there. This movie also was remade in 2010, and Nan Laurel actually has a cameo in the remake. There's a scene where they're in the town and after everything's happening, and it looks like there's nobody in the streets, save for one woman who's just riding her bicycle around, just da, 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 da. That woman, the act was played by Lynn Laura. Comparing the two, it's been a long time since I've seen the remake, and I was trying to find a copy of it, but even to stream, and I've been having trouble. Now let's see, comparing the two. Now I'm thinking about, I actually might have a copy of it. I just got to dig it out, but visually, I like some of the shots in the remake more than this. The way the infected look, and there's a great scene where they're in the water talking about something happening, and you get a top-down view, and you can see the right above the plane that crashed. Now, you don't see the plane. You hear about the plane in the original. They let you see the plane in the remake. If you've seen this movie, I would like to hear you guys' input of it. If I can find where I put my copy of it, I think I might have a copy of it. I do have an old DVD copy of it. I need to find, but maybe I'll do. Maybe tell me what you think about the original and the remake. Romero has had some of his movies remade. Of course, Night of the Living Dead has been made multiple times. Dawn once, Day twice, and this has been remade once. I don't know if any of the other stuff has been remade. Anyways, I know I've been away for a while. I've been dealing with some personal family issues. This is being done on the 28th. I'm on August 28th, so I'm only skipping one video out this week. I'm going to try to get back to some things hopefully soon. I got taking part of a big event next week, so I got my plate's kind of full, but I'm going to be trying to sometime in September, I hope to get back to normal. And as for the live stream I said I would do if I it reached 100 or 100 plus, I would do 10 questions. Unfortunately, I only got 4, so I might do a video at some point just answering those 4 questions. But anyways, I got some other stuff I gotta watch. You know, I got a few things to watch. You know, ITN, Land Shark, Baby Assassins. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm Echo Zero, and I will see you on the flip side. Tuda Lou.